This adventure with Abraham through Esther continues to exciting, for I've discovered an unending resources for answering to the seemingly unique question that my own life experience continue to give birth to. For the first several months after meeting Abraham, Esther and set aside time in every day to talk with Abraham as I began making my way through my evolving list of questions. In time, as Esther relaxed more into the idea of being someone who, who could quiet her mind and allow this infinite intelligence to flow through her, we began to gradually within the circle of freedom and associates who will gather to discuss the details of their lives with Abraham. It was very early in our experience when I presented Abraham with my list of burning questions. It's my hope that their answer to my early question may also be satisfying to you. Of course, since that defining moment of flying Abraham with my question, with me meet thousands of people who have taken this question even deeper and who have added their own important question to lists to which Abraham has offered their love and brilliance. But here's where I began with Abraham. I have no real way of understanding how is it that Esther is able to allow Abraham to speak through her. From my point of view, Esther closes her eyes and breathes a few very deep, soft breaths. Her head gently nods for a few moments, and then her eyes open and Abraham addresses my directive as follows. We, Abraham, describe ourselves as teachers. Abraham, good morning. It is nice to have an opportunity to visit. We extend our appreciation to Esther for allowing this communication and to you for soliciting it. We have been considering the immense value of this interaction as it will provide introduction of that which we are to our psychical friends, but even more than a mere introduction of Abraham, the your psychic book will provide introduction of the role of the non-psychical in your physical world, for these worlds are inextricably tied together. You know, there is no way of separating one other. In the writing of this book, we are all following in agreement for long before you came into your psychical bodies. We have agreed that we will remain here focused in the broader, clearer, and therefore more powerful non-psychical perspective, while you, Jerry and Esther, agree to fall into your manifesting physical bodies and into the learning age of thought and creation. And once your life experiences had stimulated within you clear and powerful desire, it was our agreement to render boost for the purpose of powerful co-creations. Jerry. We are here to answer your long list of questions. So, deliberately prepare and honor from the contrast of your life experience. For there is much that we want to convey to our psychical friends. We want you to understand the magnificence of your brain, and we want you to understand who you really are and why you have come from into this psychical dimension. It is always an interesting experience to explain to our psychical brains those things that are of non-psychical nature, because everything that we offer to you must then be translated through the length of your psychical world. In other words, star receives our tongues like radio signals and the unconscious levels of her banks, and then translate them into psychical words and concepts. It is a perfect blending of the psychical and non-psychical that is occurring here, as we are able to help you understand the excitings of the non-psychical realm from which we are speaking. We will thereby assist you in understanding more clearly who you are, for you are indeed an extension of that which we are. There are many of you here, and we are gathered together because of our current matchings, intention, and desires. In your psychical environment, we are called Abraham, and we are known as teachers, meaning those who are currently brothers in understanding, who may lead others to that broader understanding. We know that words do not teach, that only life experience teaches, but the combination of life experience complete with words that define and explain con examines the experience of learning, and it is in that spirit that we offer these words. There are universal laws that affect everything in the universe, in everything that is not psychical and everything that is psychical. These laws are absolute, they are eternal, and they are omnipresent or everywhere. When you have a conscientious awareness of these laws and a working understanding of them, your life experience is tremendously enhanced. In fact, only when you have a conscience working with knowledge of these laws are you able to be the deliberate creator of your own life experience. You have an inner being, while you certainly are the psychical beings that you see here in your psychical setting. You are much more than that which you see with your psychical age. You are actually an extension of no non-physical source energy. In other words, that brothers altered which are non-psychical you is now also focused into the physical being that you know as you. We refer to the non-physical part of you as your inner being. Physical beings often think of themselves as either dead or alive, and in that line of thinking, they something acknowledge that they existed in the non-psychical realm before coming forth into their psychical body, and that following their physical death, they will return to that non-psychical realm. But you People actually understand that the non-psychical parts then remain currently powerfully and predominantly focused in the non-physical realm, while a part of the perceptive flow into the psychical perceptive and their non-psychical body. An understanding of what of this perspective and their relationship to each other is essential for a true understanding of who you are and of how to understand what you have intended as you came form into this psychical body. Some call that non-psychical part the higher self or self. It matters not what you call it, but is a face value for your acknowledgement that your inner beings excites. For only when you consciously understand the relationship between you and your inner beings do you have true guidance. We do not want to alter your beliefs. We comfort not to alter your belief, but to reacquaint you with the eternal laws of the universe so that you may intentionally by the creator that you have come for to be, for there is not another who attracts into your experience that which you are getting. You are done it all. We comfort not get you believe anything. You're there. Nothing that you believe that we do not want you to believe. And as we are viewing this wondrous psychical airplane, we see great diversity in that which you believe, and in all of that diversity there is perfect balance. We will present their universal laws to you in simple format, and we will also offer practical process whereby you may deliberately access the laws for the achievement of whatever is important to you. And although we know that you will revel in the creative control that you will discover over your own life experience, we know that the creative value of will be the freedoms that you will discover as you learn to apply the art of allowing. Since the largest part of you already knows all of this, we see our works as reminding you of that. At some level, you already know it. Is our expectation that as you read these words, it is your desire you will be guided step by step to an awakening to a recognition of the total you. You are valuable to all that is. It is our desire that you return to the understanding of the immense value that you are to all that is. For you are truly on the leading edge of thought, adding onto the universe with your every thought, word, and deed. You are not inferior beings here trying to catch up, but instead leading edge creator with all of the resources of the universe of your. We want you to know you will below, for in the absence of that understanding, you do not attract the lessons that truly belong to you. In your lack of self-appreciation, you deny yourself your natural inheritances of continuous joy. And while the universe style benefits From everything that you experience, it is our desire that you bring to reap the fruits of your labor here and now also. It is our absolute knowing that you will find the keys that will lead you to the life experience that you intended even before you emerged into this body. We will assist you in fulfilling your life's purpose, and we know that this is important to you, for we hear you ask, why am I here? What can I do to make my life better? How do I know what is right? And we are here to answer all of that in detail. We are ready for your question. That's ready this part. An introduction to being well being. Jerry, what I would you like, Abraham? Introductory book written special for those people who want to have conscious control over their own life experience. I would like for there to be enough information and guidance in this one book so that each reader could begin immediately using these ideas and therefore immediately experiencing an increase in their state of happiness or their states of well-being. Understanding that they will be probably want further clarification on some specific point later on. Abraham, everyone will begin from right where they are, and it is our expectation that those who are seeking will find the answer they are looking for here in this book. None of us can offer everything that we know or want to convey at any one point in time, and so we will offer a clear basis of understanding the laws of the universe here, knowing that some will be interested in going beyond what is writing and some will not. Our work is continually evolving through the questions that are being asked as a result of the stimulation of what has been in discussions before. There is no end to the evolution of that which we are, or the universal laws define it. There are three eternal universal laws that we want to assist you in understanding more clearly so that you may able then intentionally, effectively, and satisfactorily through your psychical expression of life. The law of attraction is the first of the laws that we will offer, for if you do not understand and are not able to effectively apply the law of attraction, then the second law, the science of deliberate creation, and the third, the art of allowing, cannot be utilized. You must first understand and effectively utilize the first law in order to understand and utilize the second. And you must be able to understand and utilize the second law before you will be able to understand and utilize the third. Third. The first law, the law of attraction, says that which is like unto itself is wrong. While this may seem like a rather simple statement, in it defines the most powerful law in the universe, a law that affects all things at all time. Nothing exists that is unaffected by this powerful law. The second law, the science of deliberate creation, say that which I, I give thought to, and that which I believe of or expect is in short, you get what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. A deliberate application of thought is really what the science of deliberate creation is about. For if you do not understand this law and deliberately applying them, then you may very well create them by default. The third law, the art of allowance, says, I am that which I am, and I am willing to allow all others to be that which they are. When you are willing to allow others to be as they are, even if they are not allowing of you, then you will be an allower, but it is not likely that you will reach that point until you first come to understand how it is you get what you get. Only when you understand that another cannot be a part of your experience unless you invite them in through your thought or through your attention to them, and that circumstance cannot be a part of your experience unless you invite them to you through your thought or through your observation of them. While you be the allure that you wanted to be when you come form into this expression of life. An understanding of these three powerful universal laws and deliberate application of them will lead you to the joy, joyous freedoms of being able to create your own. It you understand circumstance are your experience by you through your thought. You will begin to live your life as you intended when you made the decision to come forth into this psychical body. And so an understanding of the powerful law of attraction coupled with an intention to deliberately create your own life experience will ultimately lead you to the unparalleled freedom that can only come from a complete understanding and application of the art of following. That's okay for today. Tomorrow continue part 2, the law of attraction. That's just great. Thank you very much. Mm.